You look great, by the way.
Thank you. Oh my God, there we go. Wait, am I getting it right? I did it.
Yeah, you did it. Good job.
Hi, welcome to the New Daughters of Liberty. I am Audra Magra Bride Johnson, and this hottie over here with the Reopen America's shirt on is
Cam Savage for America.
whoop whoop. What is up, Patriots? Busy day, lots of info, lots of good stuff going on. Tomorrow is the big day. Supreme Court will be hearing our fraud cases from Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. So pray. Mario says, hi, gorgeous. Greetings from New York City. Hello. Mario knows how it is to live in freaking behind enemy lines.
I imagine living up there.
Good Lord. Yeah, I think I have it bad. I should just stop bitching like right now.
I don't even want to go visit there.
I'm sorry, Mario. I used to love New York, too. I used to love New York so much.
I've always wanted to go to New York City, like for New Year's Eve, but after watching the debauchery that they called the celebration in Times Square this past year, I was like, yeah, I swear.
That made me cry. Like, it really did. I'm like, this is not New Times Square New Year's. It's not.
It was pretty pathetic. Lots of pandering. And then when they put Jill Biden up there, I was like, I can't do this ever again.
No.
Never.
No. So what's going on? What's on your mind tonight, Cam?
Well, first of all, before we get into the gist, you want to talk about the tour?
The what?
The tour.
The tour?
I don't know if y'all can handle me talking up there with y'all Yankees.
Wait, because we like English and stuff? It's cool.
Because you like English.
Yes. So, Cam, we officially got Cam's ticket bought. She will be hurling through the sky on the 24th, right? Do I have that correctly?
Mm-hmm.
On the 24th, and we'll be in Detroit, Michigan on the 24th, and then we'll take it off on our tour. I think we've got 7 or 8 stops already. Like, it's going to be crazy.
Do we have those itemized by city just yet, or like clad iron?
The 25th, these are the ones I know for sure. The 25th, hold on. We got it. Hold on. Let me find these notes.
Because we did have a request, if it's possible, and along the way the journey is not out of the way, Semfoco in Indiana has requested the Trump Unity Bridge to come and pay a visit.
We'll have to talk to Rob about that one. I know the 25th we will be in Toledo. The 26th we will be in Dayton. March 3rd we will be in Jacksonville. And then there's other ones too that I don't exactly know yet. So I know we're going to be in Mar-a-Lago. We're going to be in the Keys. Like, we're going to be all over the place. Like, I'm excited.
Me too. I'll be excited to get out of this cold-ass weather, too. It'll be nice.
I know. Yes, and Beccaroni and Cheese is officially coming with us. She's gonna be our handler to take care of us, because I was like, I can't do this without Becky.
She's gonna be on camera.
I know. We should just we should just set up a tripod and make sure it's always on Becky, because she is so shy.
You know what? We might just have to videotape her sleeping. That might be as close as we can get.
Yeah. She I don't know how she became friends with either one of us, because we're like, hi! And she's like, if you ever go to an event and you know Becky, Holly is there, you look for the corner, because she's so cute. She finds a little corner and she just sits there. She's adorable. Becky, we love you. We absolutely love you.
We do. We wouldn't be the trifecta without her.
Oh, no. I think she kind of keeps us calm. You know what I mean? We play off of each other. We're like, and she's like, calm down, guys.
Yeah, we're the really out there folk.
Yeah.
She does keep us in check.
She does. So I hope by tomorrow I'll have more stops to let you guys know about. We'll contact Rob and talk about Indiana. But I think it's going to be amazing. I hope you guys can come and see us. I'm excited. Yeah, so it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I want to go to see Mar-a-Lago. I've never, never seen it, so I'm super excited.
Well, that makes two of us, and I'm hoping Don Jr.'s sexy ass will be standing outside there with that video camcorder.
Yeah, man,
And
I'm
President Trump goes by in his limousine SUV thing, waving to us. Maybe he'll get out and get us all pizza. That'd be
right.
cool.
You can
Yeah.
hear me damn scream like little fangirls. I'm not going to lie. The first
I would cry.
Yeah, the first major rally in DC, I screamed like a little fangirl. I'm not gonna lie. It was
Yeah, you remember when we were over there at the Washington Monument too, just looking at the throngs of people. It was like so super hard to hold back them happy tears. Just
Oh my God, but yes, tears of patriotism and pride.
yes, yes,
And
absolutely.
yeah, so I mean, and then Cam, we were talking about too. We're gonna start giving you guys a platform. We absolutely adore seeing your videos of this whole like mass rebellion. It's beautiful. You
Yeah.
guys want to keep sending it to us, and we have your permission. We're going to post them on our Daughters of Liberty page, all of our social media, because I can't even begin to say how proud I am of you guys. Like, that's what I'm talking about when I say fight, fight, fight. You don't got to physically fight. You just go, hey, wearing a flipping mask.
Exactly. I keep saying a little bit of rebellion goes a long, long way.
That's right. That's right. But then we also have a situation, I know you know more about it, so I'm going to let you take over with that. But Cam has a friend in, where was it?
Texas.
Waco?
Yep.
In Waco. Why don't you go ahead and let us know what happened with that?
Well, I briefly did a little bit of an overview of some of you have probably already maybe seen it on the Instagram earlier, but my friend Brent McCain has been trying to get a constitutional attorney or an attorney in general to take on his case. So I have here in my hand the 4-page document that he received from the Freedom of Request Information Request, and it took him quite a while to get this piece of awesomeness right here. But in this, it details the incident. So the officer, his name is Fabian Kleka. He is also an officer who has a known temper and aggressiveness on his calls. He's also an officer that has been known to have shot someone and had not served any kind of psychological therapy, any mandatory time off during an investigation. Yeah, still allowed to hold that badge and that firearm and drive a popo car right after he took someone's life. Yeah, that was a couple years ago. Same officer. Now I'm going to read it verbatim to you so we can go ahead and ask questions and analyze afterwards, because I know I was pretty pissed off after I read it. It says to the officer that this letter is to provide notice of a temporary suspension without being paid imposed on you from your position as police officer with the City of Waco Police Department, stemming from the following allegation, which was investigated by Sergeant Vaughn of the Waco Police Department, stating that you had violated departmental policy because you were rude. It was more than rude. Unprofessional while interacting with a citizen, and your conduct reflected unfavorably upon the police department. Now, mind you, it only took, 53 calls to the Internal Affairs Office, umpteen calls to the interim police chief before they would actually give Brent the time of day. Now, Brent was wearing a body camera.
Explain to him what happened, because like when I read it, I was like, holy shit. Like,
right. This is insanity, right? So Brent went to a gas station in Waco and was going to get some water, and he had his body camera on. He also has a concealed carry or a handgun license permit to carry, so he was carrying his firearm, like most Texans do with a license to carry. So he had his body camera rolling, and there was a individual, we called them Karens, but this Karen's name was Donnie, according to this report here.
Who's a Kyle?
Yeah, a COVID kid goes ahead and calls on the owner and the owner's son at this gas station because they were not wearing masks in their own freaking business. Okay. So the officer, it states here, he violated the police department special orders. Skip. Hold on, get to the good part. Standard of conduct. Gay. Okay. On September 15th, you were dispatched to Robinson Drive in reference to complaint that the store owner and the owner's son were not wearing face masks. Officer arrived at the scene and contacted Donnie, the complainant, we call him COVID Kyle, in the front parking lot of the business. You informed COVID Kyle that Waco PD isn't enforcing the mask requirement. Get this part right here. Hold on. This juice right here, girl. Shit. Said you advised that Waco PD isn't enforcing the mask requirement, that you can tell the individual to put on their mask, but PD has no enforcement action. You also tell Kyle that you will go and tell the store owners to put their masks on, but it is a directive, not a law.
Yeah.
You also tell them that the city, here's the fun part, and the state are basically violating the Constitution by requiring people to mask. Now, second juice. You then go into the store. Now, he was supposed to be confronting the store owner, but he runs into Brent first, okay? So you go into the store, confront Brent almost immediately as he walks in front of you about him not wearing his mask while using a blunt and discourteous tone of voice. That's putting it very mildly. He was an asshole. Okay. You proceed to engage negatively with Brent before you draw your taser while he is facing away from you, and then aim it at him as he leaves the store, as he was asked to leave the store, and he did what he was told, and this cop still pulled the taser as he's walking away from him.
Over a mask.
Yes, pointing it at his back.
Wow.
Then insults him, like says dumbass or something, like he's so dumb or some stupid bullshit liberal blah blah.
Says this to the civilian?
Yeah, the cop said that to Brent. It's all on video. Once backup arrives, you instruct them to take down Mr. McCain or Brent, and you cuffed him. And then, without being taken down to the ground, placed him in the rear seat of the police vehicle until it was written a warning and released.
Wait, I totally didn't get that part. Like, I knew he pulled his taser out on him and was being I didn't know they actually handcuffed him and put him in the back of a car for not wearing a mask.
Yep. When questioned about the incident, now this is where the cop ends up looking like a complete douche canoe because he fucking lied on his report and he got outed. Okay? The cop was rolling his body cam just like Brent was rolling his body cam. And both body cams proved that officer to be a liar.
Wow.
Fantastic, right?
Mm-hmm.
When questioned about the incident, you claimed that you entered the store and McCain was not wearing a mask, that he was eyeing you. Ooh, that deserves a taser? Fucking weenies. And you were hostile, or that you said he was hostile towards you as you spoke with him. However, the video from your body worn camera does not portray Brent as being hostile. It does, however, show you being discourteous as you interacted with Brent. It was also captured on Brent's body worn camera, which he then uploaded the footage to YouTube.
Yes.
Good job, Brent. The department has since received a great deal of response from the public. You're welcome, Waco. Including 53 calls to the Internal Affairs Office regarding your conduct in the video. And this has also cast the department of the officers in a negative light. So what disciplinary action he got was 1 day unpaid suspension.
Wow.
Had this been a black guy, all shit would break loose and it wouldn't be a 1 day suspension. My question, after the cop Mr. Vaughn, the sergeant, had openly said both body cameras showed you being a douche canoe that you shouldn't have even. The suspension was not even about the taser. That's what ticks me off.
See, well, and I'm like, listen, that's why I get so mad about Black Lives Matter, because I try to explain to them, like, listen, if you wouldn't make it about race, we could make something real happen, because there's a lot. Listen, I know all my patrons are going to say, don't say it, Audra, but I'm going to say it.
Say
It's
it.
not that I'm against police. I'm not against police, but we
Right.
do have a serious issue in this country with corruption. And unfortunately, I hate it too, but that very much does. If you think the government is corrupt, you got to believe that the police department is as well, because they're part of the government. You know what I mean? I'm not against police at all. But you won't see me any longer screaming back the blue in the streets, because I have seen enough of what goes on. I've been arrested. I've been arrested, and when I look at the cop and go, you're arresting me unconstitutionally.
Right.
Like you're stepping on my constitutional rights in order to arrest me, and they just pretty much don't care.
Right.
So listen, we have a problem with police in this country. I'm not saying it's racial. I don't think it's racial. Like, I just don't think it's based on that at all.
Oh, well, I've got to take some things in and out of the car. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Appreciate it. Sorry.
Is that a Kyle? Is that a Kyle?
It is not a Kyle. No, but I agree wholeheartedly with you, honestly, because, I've done a lot of rallies for Back the Blue because I'm a staunch supporter of law enforcement, but I'm against corrupt ass motherfuckers. So,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
So this is why we also organized a protest, not just for Brent, but also another individual in Waco that was arrested for trespassing with a doctor's note to exempt her, not just forget Greg Abbott's exemption in his own order. Okay.
Right.
Nobody cares about that or honors that either. But
No.
she had a written doctor's note. And she was still arrested. But not only was she arrested, she was also assaulted, just like Brent was assaulted. Except she was physically hurt. I believe she had an issue with her shoulder that got separated, and she had a broken finger. Yeah, I mean, she was hurt because she was hit from behind by a police officer that tackled her in a case full of bottled water staining off the concrete in this store. So what we did, we decided to do a protest, which the link was posted in the Instagram of a news article about it. There wasn't that many of us, but you're breaking up, girlfriend.
And it just beeped out for a minute. I think we're good now.
But I mean, we did that protest, and that was the first time in my entire life I've ever protested police.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. It's getting sad.
But I will be willing to stand up for individuals that I have facts, because I don't operate off feelings, because feelings don't do shit. It's facts that get shit done. And I have way too many facts on these two cases to sit here and not do a damn thing about it.
Right.
And we're talking about your liberty and your constitutional rights, just like you being arrested unconstitutionally. It's like, okay, well, when you're dealing with a situation personally, or it's your family member, or in my case, these are really good patriot friends of mine that have done a lot of events with me, and I've backed them up 110%. But my question, too, is if this situation was stated the way that the police said, this guy was actually disciplined, one day unpaid suspension, one day, do they feel like that is justice?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Why wouldn't an attorney want to take a case like this? This is a clear cut and dry case here.
Well, we're having a problem with that all over the country. We have clear cases where rights have been violated.
Yeah, the heaters are not working because the boiler doesn't have enough water pressure. We're running off boilers. Yeah. Yeah, I know, girl. I said, I know. I'm on a video call right now, sweetie. Sorry about that. Thank you.
Cindy said there are corrupt police officers out there who are on a power trip. There's no doubt about it. And the problem is serious. I agree, but it's not a racial issue. But for the most part, Police officers are good people who put their lives on the line on a daily basis to serve and protect their community. I totally agree.
Right. I agree too.
I'm not anti-cop. I'm not anti-cop. But I really think people need to start understanding that the situation we find ourselves in right now very much has to do with how the cops responded at the beginning of all this. If they had been stopped in the streets, if the cops had said, no, you can't block the streets, that's illegal, we perhaps wouldn't find ourselves in the situation where our cities are being burnt down. The problem is our law enforcement, I know you guys are going to hate me, but they didn't do their job at the beginning of this. And once the left started realizing they could get away with it, they kept doing it. And, you know, on the other side of that, we very much peacefully protest. And yet we see time and time again, it's the liberals can burn things down, and that's okay. That's all good. But we peacefully protest, and all of a sudden, you know, the FBI and the law enforcement agencies are now hunting patriots down. Like, so I don't think they're bad people. I think they need to be enforcing the constitutional law. There has to be one law for all Americans.
Oh, man. Exactly.
You know, it doesn't matter if you're Republican or if you're Democrat or liberal or conservative. They've got to enforce the law equally. And
right. I think the mainstream media has a really big kick in the ass for America right now, and has been, by manipulating and pushing propaganda either which way. But I feel like the media putting out images of, for example, police officers taking a knee.
Right.
Now, this is where it's not necessarily about race, but the media definitely pounds that division about race. And then we're seeing Antifa and BLM try to defund the police.
Right.
And then there are no police in some areas to defend the innocent because of this. So for anybody to sit here and tell me it ain't entirely, or that race doesn't have a thing to do with it, but it does. Because it is not saying it against the culture in itself. It's saying the representatives that are going around quoting that they're doing this for Black lives, that does make it a politically, racially motivated separation of mentality, in my opinion. Now, does that make me bad for saying that? Hell no.
No. Well, and, you know, going back to the taking the knee, 2-3 years ago, I would do my rallies like I always do, and the cops would come up and say, I just wanted to let you know, we personally support you, but, you know, we're not going to make a public statement of that because that's not our place. We are to remain neutral. Yet,
exactly.
Now we're seeing police officers and police chiefs, like in Grand Rapids, kneeling in the street with them. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. What happened to staying neutral? I see that
as taking sides.
Right. I see that as taking sides. And it's wrong. I don't care if you back the blue or not. It's wrong. Either way. I mean, when they told me that, I said, I totally understand. You have to stay neutral. Get it. Good. But they're caving to this mob mentality by kneeling in the streets with them and not arresting them.
They're pushing the narrative along with the media instead of protecting the public that they swore an oath to.
Right.
That is brutal on all Americans, not just one race. It's on all of us. Now, that's where my point is getting. Had Brent been a Black man,
it would have been different. We all know that.
I'm telling you, it would have been made a different scenario. They would have utilized that to push a racial baiting narrative on all these liberal ass media outlets. Tell you truth, KCEN, KWTX, all those outlets in Waco, Texas are left-leaning, pushing propaganda 24/7. It is nothing but liberal Democrats on there talking shit all day long. I did the Waco Freedom Rally, the same thing. Now, I joined the Black Lives Matter rally, that was literally the same week I did mine. Oh, my God. You know?
Well, I mean, I think we all
I'm doing something good for America.
Yeah. I right after the Capitol, they were like, if that had been Black Lives Matter, they would have been treated differently. I'm like, you know what? You're not wrong. Because they did break into the White House lawn. They did break into the Supreme Court. They did break into the Capitol. And nothing was done with them. They were encouraged to do it. They were celebrated for doing it.
They were paid to do it.
a few people pretending to be patriots breaking a couple windows at the Capitol, and now there's a massive manhunt. So you know what? Like, you little liberals, you're right. If it had been Black Lives Matter, they absolutely would have been treated differently, just not in the way you think.
Right.
That's
And Mr. Sullivan, the little Antifa dude that was up in the Capitol videotaping with the liberal media news, let me tell you something. That son of a bitch was paid $70,000 for his video footage.
Yeah, and that's not conspiracy. That's been proven fact. There's receipts.
Receipts. And guess what? Guess who gets bailed out by Kamala Harris? He does. By the same foundation that bails them all out. Meanwhile, people like Brent can't even get an attorney to stand up for his constitutional rights. Do you see how ass backwards this is, America?
It all is. Yeah. I mean,
shit.
We've all experienced it. When you know, like when Shelly and I, like when that happened to us at the Capitol, thank God we have a friend, Sheila, who is a lawyer. She's not a constitutional lawyer, so you know, she did the best she could. But other than that, it was like, oh yeah, we really want to take this case. Okay, great. Yeah, $10,000. Like, okay, let me just pull that out my butt.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, it's the same thing with Brent. I mean, the retainer fees are astronomical. But what happened to the clause of the Constitution that everybody has a right to be represented?
Right. Oh,
you have the right, but you just can't afford it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know, Brett's not going to get charged. He's not going to get charged. But so then he's not a public attorney, a defense attorney. So, you know, it's just it's going to keep happening, and it's going to keep happening. And I think that's why I really love these people that have decided, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get together 10, 20 people, and we're going to go shopping at a store alone or together with no mask on. I cheer like you have no clue. My kids must think I'm crazy because I'm like, yes! I think I was watching like Braveheart or something, because there's honestly real people out there that are fighting back, and they're getting just smashed in the ground. I just read an article. There was a waitress in New York. She got fired from her job because she's like, I don't want to take that vaccine. I don't want to put that in my body. And she was fired. You know,
I totally understand where she's coming from. That happened to me too.
Right.
And so this is where it's coming to the point, like you said before, and I think it was one of the first things I ever heard you say on one of your shows you did a long time ago, that it's going to take Americans to stand up and defy this in order for it to stop. And ever since I heard you say that, I was like, I resonated with that because I truly believe every word of that. And I've been an activist doing the same thing you've been talking about. Just like when we wore panties to the damn Walmart and people got so triggered. It was so offensive. Well, it works just like yours does, just as good as yours does, right? Don't do shit except looks pretty. It's actually kind of sexy. And then Carol got made into a meme, a Bane meme.
I saw that. Yeah, my friend did that. Yeah, my friend did that. Oh my God. Yes, Elliot did that. I laughed my ass off.
That was awesome sauce. I showed Carol and she just couldn't stop laughing. She thought it was so funny.
I love Carol so much.
She's adorable. She's so funny. But I mean, it was a great day. We stopped by 4 stores. And then later on that afternoon, I think, I shared a video I had seen. There was a group of them. They went into like a Whole Foods or some, hoity-toity Trader Joe's or something.
Right.
And they refused to even take their money.
Oh, yeah. That's the video.
Did you see that?
Yeah. And they were like ripping the bananas out of their hands. And I'm like, God,
threw their money on the ground right in front of them. I was like, I wish a bitch would.
I know, right?
I wish. Because you know what? There's a difference between me. I'm not timid. I'm not quiet. It takes a lot to piss me off. But stuff like that, blatant just disrespect, I snap 0 to 100 real quick. And
I know. So do I.
Had that been me, I would not have been able to stay there quiet like they were. They really handled themselves, in my opinion, very well compared to what I would have said and done.
Yeah, they did.
But I mean, I think if we had a platform like we were talking about earlier to give people an avenue where they could post their videos and their experiences, or if they even need in another state an avenue to contact like their representatives if they don't know, or a lawyer that may be able to help them. I know in the state of Texas, Austin has the constitutional attorneys. I'm not sure why they wouldn't take Brent's case, other than the fact that he wasn't charged.
They want too much money. That's the issue. And
greed.
Listen, I school to be a lawyer. Okay, that was going to be my job. I get that y'all need to make money, but I feel like at this point, God, this is going to sound real bad. So at this point, people are so focused on their jobs and the money, right? Which I get. I totally get. But what people need to really understand right now is we're in a situation in our country. If we don't do something about it now, nobody will have a job. Nobody will have money to pay for food. There won't be food available for you to buy. I mean, I was just talking about a couple of days ago with Joe Biden's threatening to put a executive order out that he wants to get rid of individual contractors with trucking. I won't have money coming in either. Like, but I'm still going to keep going. Like, I think we need to get off this.
Well, he can do that, right? But then send $4 billion in corona vaccines over to poor countries while, you know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if y'all saw this. I don't know how real this is, but I saw it a couple times. I'm like, no. What was it, Bill Gates or Fauci? I think it was Bill Gates. He was talking about, like, rich countries need to get used to eating synthetic beef. Yeah. And I'm like, motherfucker, what? I am not eating. I had to live off of freaking those Impossible Whoppers for my 2 weeks. So gross. And I thought I was going to die. Like, I did it. But I was like, this is not satisfying in any way. And if I'm going to spend my money, it's going to be on beef.
And bacon. This is the same twat who wants to block the sun to stop global warming. And I'm like, well, hello, Houston just survived global, you know? So we just AOC. we just
our favorite girl. AOC was like, Texas is an example of what happens when you don't embrace the Green New Deal. And I'm like, oh my God, you really are the stupidest little biatch on the planet.
She just put herself on the list of the unwelcome individuals in this state. You know, kind of like, you know, when you have open warrants and, you know, don't come here.
The reason why they don't have heat right now is because the solar panels got covered with snow.
And the windmills froze.
I can't.
And then they're ripping Ted Cruz for flying his daughters to Cancun. You know, what do the liberals want him to do? Like, put him in a garbage sack and ship him underneath in cargo, unattended? I mean,
I think I don't know. I kind of was like, you know, that's kind of a dick move. But, like, at the same time, what is he going to do? Is he going to go out with, look like freaking, I don't know, lighters and unfreeze the windmills? Like, what?
It's seriously, it made me chuckle for a bit because Ted Cruz is kind of a badass. I mean, he is a very blunt individual for the state of Texas, and he's done a lot of great things for the state of Texas. I also found it a little bit of a prudent move, but when are optics ever appropriate anymore in our cancel culture society? I mean, shit, he could wipe his ass perfectly after taking a dump. They'd still have a problem with what he did. You know,
I don't know. I saw that and I was like, yeah, probably not the right time. But I mean, think about it though, Cam. If you were rich and it was happening right now, you would have gotten on a plane to Cancun too. You've been like, okay, I'm going to get out of here till this weather passes.
Yeah. But I guess people don't know that Mexico is also affected by this shit too. Right. As well as 13 other states that are having the same issues that we're having, but not on the magnitude that we're having. But I think the death toll now is like a little bit over 40 people that have become victim to the corporate greed by the individuals, you know, and their salaries. Have you seen their salaries go? Shit. If I had the money, I would probably do the same damn thing.
That's what I mean. I kind of was like, okay, dick move, but like, I live in Michigan, and if I had money, I'd be out of here.
Yeah, well, when you get knocked out of a run for lieutenant governor in your own state just by being a conservative, I really am not surprised they're eating this man alive right now.
Right.
So, I don't know, but I still love Cruz. I still think he's a wishy-washy Republican, but that's here nor there. But I support him. I voted for him.
I was like, okay, dick move. Like, what? I don't understand what you exactly like. I mean, it's funny how the liberals and the left are kind of like, oh my God, he went to Cancun. And I'm like, yeah, but your president could send people in
Exactly.
right now to help these people. And
Where's Biden hiding? Where's Biden hiding?
Biden. And he's like, come on, man. Come on. I sent 6 space heaters to Houston, okay? 6. Come
We
on,
ain't
man.
got no National Guard. We ain't got National Guard. They're all in D.C. protecting the weenies. but then we got FEMA announcing,
Cam,
well,
he gave those National Guard cookies, okay?
20 cookies. 20. Come on.
Come on, man.
Shit. Come on, man. Call little Debbie
on,
up and
man.
have him deliver. At least Trump bought people that stood outside of the hospital when he was sick with the corona. At least he bought them pizza to say thank you for showing up out here.
Right? The troops are like, we kind of needed, like, you know, nutrition and heat, but.
And he, yeah, in a fucking bed, not concrete and marble. Shit. They go out there and fight for our country and sleep in freaking sand, for God's sake. It's like, where's the respect? And it really doesn't surprise me that they treated them that way, because look at how they treat us on Soul.
Yeah.
These people don't care about the military.
Or like the way they're treating Rush. My God, I almost cried. They're like,
I know, right?
all the left is laughing and they're like, ha, yes, he's dead. And I'm like, what is wrong with you people?
Yeah, the hashtag rest in piss. Did you see that shit?
No.
Girl, I just wanted to get on there and troll every last one of them libtards. I mean, if they can get away with it, why can't we do it?
I have a troll apparently in my friends list somewhere, because there's a Twitter called Michigan Tea, and they have a screenshot of one of my posts.
Fabulous.
Friends only. So I was like, why you gotta, I mean, like, I'm open. Like, if you're a liberal, you send me a friend request. If you're respectful, I have no problem with you being on my friends list. I'm like, you don't gotta hide.
Right.
You don't have to hide. You ask me about the Capitol, I'll tell you where I was, how long I was there. I don't hide. So I was like, you don't gotta hide in my friends list. Just say, hey, I'm the liberal that's stalking you. Okay, cool. Go for it.
Let's have a conversation.
Let's have a conversation. They're so funny. Like, they make me laugh. They really do.
That made me laugh too, but then they make me want to reach through the computer and give a heaping happy dose of happy through that computer.
Oh, we're falling.
That's the nicest thing I can say. That way I don't get it censored on Facebook for hate speech.
I'm surprised we've lasted as long as we have, which, by the way, we're like, I think every like show we're doing, it's getting thousands of more viewers. So that's great. We love you.
I noticed 2.7 was it to 3.2?
Yeah.
You guys are awesome, incredible. Keep spreading the word for us.
It's amazing. And we love you guys so much. We're trying.
Absolutely.
I think once we get in the same spot, so once we're in together, I think we should be able to bring somebody else into the conversation. So that will be kind of fun for us to do on the road.
Absolutely. Suzanne.
Stretch the internet connection too much, because then we go out. If you haven't noticed, me and Cam have no clue what we're doing as far as like the technology side. We're like, I don't know.
We wing it, but we're doing good. I promise next live I'll have myself all fixed up for America, but I haven't had a shower in a couple of days because
Girl, I just showered and brushed my hair. I think it kind of stunned Cam. She's like, what'd you do with your face and your hair? And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I was like,
oh, my hair's down.
It tripped me out. I was like, I don't know if I'm drunk or what, but you look different. I'm not drunk, I swear. I've only had 2. Look, there's the evidence. Just two for right now.
Hilarious.
But I'm excited about the platform for the free facers. I think that's going to be awesome. I can't wait to get that up and rolling. And then also here in the state of Texas, of course, we've still got great things that we're working on. So as soon as we get back to our home states after the tour, I'll be stomping pavement yet again for the state of Texas, making sure shit happens and getting a campaign developed because these bastards will not hold me back.
That's right.
They may have taken my lieutenant governor campaign away from me for being at the Capitol, just like what millions of other Americans peacefully assembling, utilizing the First Amendment right. But we got some big good things coming up here in the next couple of weeks here in the state. As soon as the sun starts shining and pissing Bill Gates off again, so we're anxious to get these apartments back up with their heat and water. Thank God a friend of mine is going to allow me to utilize her shower. I can't wait because Cottonelle wipes don't do well.
They don't quite do it. No.
Yeah, my grandma called it a whore bath. I believe it. Doesn't do no good. I'm like, oh, I still feel grungy. Like, this is gross. And they're cold.
See? I shouldn't have taken a shower. I should have been like, no shower in solidarity with Texas. My kids would have kicked me out the fucking house. They'd be like, you smell.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that our lives don't have that capability to sniff like Joe Biden sniffs kids. But
no sniff vision.
Yeah, I don't think America would be too happy with me right now. There ain't nothing I can do about it, though, except sit in a baked bean can or something, because that's about as privileged as I feel right now, being a peasant here in the state while our government is all comfy cozy, eating their shrimp gumbo and shit. Like, they haven't even sent generators out to anybody. And, I mean, finally, we've gotten, I want to say around here, about 40% of people with their power back on, but they still don't have water. And then they have the audacity to send out boiling water notices. It's like, bitch, we ain't got no water to boil. And you can't buy it.
No, Pam, you have no.
No, we don't. The fake snow finally melted. But the grocery stores are like completely wiped out and have been. You can't buy hardly nothing. And I'm like, it's over, folk. The ice storm is over here. Like, spare some for the poor people here. We hungry too. And we would love a shower. Okay. But the good news is Texas never runs out of beer. So at least that's a positive note. We have something to do while we have nothing to do. So
well, that's their water. They're like, they don't need water. They got beer. It's good.
I'll tell you.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about? Because I'm going to get off of here so I can get to bed early.
I hear you on that note. If y'all folk haven't heard of Nino America, Nino Rodriguez, I'd suggest you look him up on Facebook. Follow him as well on Instagram. We just did an interview. I did one with him. Was it either last night or night before? I think it was last night. I have so many interviews. I can't even keep up with them half the time anymore.
I know. I hear you there.
I need a personal assistant. So any one of y'all Michiganders want to take that job opportunity, the pay is low. There are no benefits under this administration, but I'm sure we can work you something out.
I have Becky. That's why I'm bringing her. She doesn't know it yet, but she's going to have to take care of both of us.
She can't multitask both states, boo-boo, unless we fly her back and forth and share visitation rights. I mean... She might not want to leave Houston once she gets down here. Take your wife away.
9 months of the year, I'll give her to you for 3. That's all I'm willing to give her.
All right, in that regard, I'm going to need about 75% of your income. Fair trade.
Okay, Biden.
Capitalism.
All right, y'all. Remember to like, share, and follow us on Facebook /Daughters of Liberty 2021. You'll be able to share our videos publicly from there. I had a couple of people ask if we take donations for our travels. We do. You can send the money via PayPal to Audra Johnson 2019 if you feel the need at gmail.com. if you feel the need to do that, we appreciate it, but it's definitely not the most important thing to us. We just want to make sure you guys are out there doing your patriotic duty and helping others like us and other patriots that are standing up. So,
What question? Do you mind putting your PayPal and stuff inside this live with a link? I've got a few people that have personally messaged me as well. I would rather the donations go to the tour.
Yeah.
So, because to offset costs, because it is really expensive to do what we do, y'all. Seriously.
Yeah, so tour, just the food and the gas and lodging is going to cost Rob probably about $20,000. So
It ain't cheap doing what we do, Foco.
no, it's not. It's not cheap at all. So we love you guys. If you're in any of the cities where we're going to be stopping, please come see us and say hi to me and Cam. I know we'd love to see you. We're super excited.
Absolutely.
So we will talk to you guys probably tomorrow. Mwah! God bless America.
God bless Texas.